bottom of the water where the world wrote it off as good. But now there's something ground up out of the water and it's walking around in the woods. Kill the Mongoloid's back and it's coming to get you. Kill, he's on the attack and the lake is against you. Shit ain't looking too good. Kill the Mongoloid's back and he's coming to get you. Kill, he's on the attack and the lake is against you.
What's up, man?
What's happening, Fox?
Nebra Nation.
Yeah, we're back.
We are back, and yeah, play a little spooky music because this is going to be our first Halloween episode.
Yeah, it's a Halloween episode. Halloween.
That was the Tombstone Brawlers. That was our song, our little homage to Jason Voorhees,
Yes.
New Jersey legend.
Yeah. Jason Voorhees is a true
New Jersey legend. That's right.
Yes.
So that was.
No matter how many times they put him on the moon or fighting Freddy.
He's still a Jersey boy.
He's still a Jersey boy.
That's
man.
right.
Yes.
So, yeah. That was the Brawlers doing our songs called The Lake.
Nice.
And it's about a very specific lake.
Yes.
And a very specific Mongoloid who
Yes.
lived at the bottom of that lake at one point.
And that lake is in Camp Nobi Bosco
And there you go.
in Hardwick, New Jersey.
Yes, it is. So you're listening to Inebriation
Inebriation,
on the
we're back.
on the Crow's Nest Podcast Network.
Yes. Hey,
So-
Potts, what show are you on?
What's that?
See, Ken, what is the problem with him, man?
I know.
We
he's
don't understand.
Nah, ECN, East Coast Nation.
East Coast Nation.
wasn't on
Crow's
this.
Nest, Pillaging Podcast.
Ladies of Darkness.
Yes.
Put on waivers.
Put on waivers
And Blackout.
and Blackout.
Yeah. So check out all the shows, man.
Yeah.
And this show, Inebriation, is, you've heard us on the Fan Club Blitz, which is our Raiders podcast, and
Yeah.
this is not.
This is not a Raiders podcast.
This is our total debauchery podcast.
Yeah. This is where we don't talk about the Raiders much.
Nah.
Yeah,
We'll talk about
sometimes.
them if we want to.
Yeah.
But this is a podcast dedicated to booze
Yes.
and music, and today a little bit dedicated to the Halloween season, man, because
Yes.
we're all horror fans.
Yeah. We all dig horror movies.
Yep.
I'm not.
Horror
I
novels.
yeah. I don't understand why AMC started out Horror Fest by playing Independence Day.
I don't either,
How's that?
because it's horrible to watch.
Yes,
I don't
maybe they wanted people to be horrified. By,
Yeah.
you know,
How is that a?
It's not.
it's
not.
It's not. But I think that was the first movie they showed. For,
Yeah, but
For
they've
Horror Fest.
but they've had some good ones on.
Yes, I mean there was the Halloweens were on the other night.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I watched the Leprechaun
watched
marathon last
yeah,
night.
okay.
So
I had baseball on. I
Shout
fell
out
asleep.
to-
Woke up at 1:30.
shout out to Warwick Davis, my favorite little person,
Okay.
and who played Leprechaun in all of the Leprechaun movies other than the made-for-TV one and the reboot, which they brought in some guy from WWE who's plays
okay.
a leprechaun on there or something. I don't
I
know.
always thought they should have Wee Man play the Leprechaun.
Nah, Warwick Davis is hilarious, man. He's great. If you ever watched Idiot Abroad.
Yeah, a couple of times, yeah.
All right, so the one season they did where he took a little person around with him was Warwick Davis.
Oh, okay.
Warwick Davis he was in, all the little people shows, Time
Yeah.
Bandits,
Yeah.
and but he was in every episode of, and the only reason he doesn't do, they didn't cut him from the Leprechaun movies. He decided after he had kids that he was going to wait until they got older before he started doing horror movies again.
Yeah,
So-
well,
That makes sense.
yeah, kids do that to a career.
Yeah. But anyway, this episode's going to be a little horror heavy.
Yeah,
But
cool.
we're also going to talk about beer and blah blah blah. This is episode 20, man. That's a mile marker,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
So
It is. Yeah, I guess 20, yeah.
yeah, 20 is a mile marker. 25 is going to be the big one.
Yeah.
I'll talk about that later.
Oh, okay.
But 25 is going to be a big one for us because we got something coming up
Okay.
special on episode 25. Right now, you got me, you got Groby, you got Potts, and Fitz will be showing up at some point today, too.
Hopefully.
So he says.
Yeah, so he says.
I think he's stopping to get us some mushroom beer first.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
so, yeah.
So, anyway, without further ado, what are we drinking?
Potts can take this one.
Yeah, my buddy brought back from Crooked Hammock Brewing in Delaware. Lewes, Delaware.
Supposedly, that's a real state. I've driven through it a couple times. I'm still not convinced, but
You're not going to say
Yeah,
it's real.
I don't know. I've only been on the beaches of Delaware. I've never ventured.
It's called Kokomo.
Kokomo.
It's a lime sour.
It's nice, man.
Yeah, it's nice. It's 4.9%.
Yeah,
I dig it, man.
It's good.
yeah,
I think
it's
pretty
very,
good.
very nice, good beer, man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's good.
I don't know if it's a autumn beer.
No.
I think this is like their end. They had
Yeah,
stuff left over.
this is something, man. Nice 80-degree weather out. I'd
Yeah.
sit outside, drink this. This is nice.
Yeah, and we've had several sours with lime. I would think this is about the best one we've had.
Absolutely, this
Yeah.
is.
Yes.
You really know it's lime.
Yeah.
It's
And some were really horrible that we had.
yeah.
You know.
Yeah, we could name the one.
Yeah.
This is good, man.
This is really good, man.
Who's the brewery?
It's called Crooked Hammock Brewing.
Crooked Hammock Brewing. Cheers.
Yep.
Shout out. You're getting
Cheers.
You're getting tagged
Yep.
on the
They got a-
release of this.
They got a rad place.
I already tagged them in an inebriation post.
All right.
They
We
got
got we got to get back to. I think I have a pen. I'll start writing this stuff down. No, I don't.
They got a rad place
Yeah, I
too.
do.
You can set out
Unless
there.
this is a pipe
No,
disguised as
it's
a pen.
not a pipe. It's an actual pen. If you notice, the end is still sealed in. There hasn't been anything
Yeah.
snorted through it. Nothing. So,
This way I can take this home, and when I put the show out, I can.
I just guess, man. Makes
Which
makes
beer
things
is?
more
What's it
fun.
called? Kokomo?
Kokomo.
I don't know how to spell that, but I can
you go.
sound it out.
Kokomo.
That's how I spelled it. Perfect.
But
I used to know a dude we called Kokomo Joe.
Kokomo Joe.
Yeah,
Nice.
he sold heroin and coke.
All right.
And he hung himself in the local park.
oh, so he's not with us any longer.
Sales were bad that month.
Legend has it that the kids that found him at 8 o'clock in the morning thought he was some sort of prop thing.
Long
Yeah.
So they
decoration.
poked him with sticks for 20 minutes till they realized
All right.
it was an actual person, and they ran home and called the cops.
Imagine that. You're dead and. That's the last thing that happens to your body.
Poor Kokomo Joe.
That's what happened when you hang yourself in a park in my neighborhood.
Yeah.
The kids poke you with sticks to make sure you're not fooling.
fucking poking him with sticks, throwing
It reminds
rocks at
me
him.
of remember what the hell was the movie? What was that movie? It was a true story.
River's Edge?
River's Edge.
Oh,
yeah.
okay, yeah.
That happened in Milpitas, California.
Oh,
I
okay.
lived there for a while. I was homeless.
I
lived-
love that movie. Man.
I lived there as a street kid. I lived
Yeah.
under a bridge in
Yeah,
Milpitas.
that was like one of Dennis Hopper's best roles.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But that was a true story. That
Yeah.
really happened, and it really happened in Milpitas. And I don't know where they portrayed it in the movie, but it was Milpitas, California,
Yeah.
and it was like that was the '80s, man.
Yeah.
We found a dead body. What
Yes.
do you do? Let's tell everybody and come up and look at it.
That's what we would.
And that's what
if
everybody
we found a dead
did,
body,
man.
that thing would have laid around. We would have poked it with sticks, brought everybody
Yeah.
over.
Yeah.
Let's have a party. We would have had a party around it.
You kids don't even know, man. The 80s were fun.
Yes.
I'm going like getting some crackling in and out here.
Yeah.
Weird.
I think we're up too loud, man. Maybe.
No, I don't know. I don't think we are.
Now it sounds
No,
fine,
we're
but
very
before
good. It just
went-
crackles every once in a while.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
It's one of our Chinese wires we're using, man.
yeah.
Shit goes
Yeah.
sideways and then comes back. It's okay.
Jiggle the wires, man.
That's what we do.
That's what we say on a fan club blitz. So I'm gonna take a break.
Okay.
I'm gonna have a smoke.
Yeah, we'll have a smoke.
We gotta start boiling beer.
Yeah,
Yeah,
gotta
we gotta-
check
We're
on the
cooking beer today.
Yeah,
we'll talk about that later.
Yeah, it's it's beer making day, so.
She dreams of pleasures of heaven like you've never known. She will mistreat you and beat you and laugh at you. She will seduce you and reduce you just before she takes you down. You beg to be a slave in a world that will be just food for her. But she's a demon, she's a demon, she's a demon, it's right that way.
Okay, break's over.
All right, we're back.
We're boiling, bringing our wort to a boil.
Yes, we're bringing our wort up to a boil. And it's hop adding time when it gets to the right temperature after we let it cool down a bit.
You're too far from the mic.
Okay. Am I
Got
good
that-
now?
Yeah, I
Oh,
got that
okay.
crackling again. I went in and out.
Yeah, it's one of the wires, I think.
So, what are we drinking?
I'm still drinking the Crooked Hammock.
I got something from Muckraker. A Country Mile. It's sour cherries and hibiscus. What do you got there?
I got the Mundus 19 from Muckraker. It's a mixed culture farmhouse ale with pumpkin, cinnamon, chocolate, and vanilla. And I haven't tasted it yet. I'm going to taste it right now. Tell you what I think. He said to you, you wouldn't know there was pumpkin in it if he didn't write it on a bottle. I taste the pumpkin right away.
I did too.
And it's fucking good, man.
Yes, but
Yeah.
that's what he told me. He said if I didn't tell people there's pumpkin in there, they wouldn't know. I said, well, your very first sip and smell, you can taste and
I
smell
taste the pumpkin. And
You know.
and I
I
taste
mean-
the chocolate, and I
Yeah,
taste the vanilla,
I mean-
and
I mean, to me,
Yeah.
to me, the pumpkin taste goes away. It's not like regular pumpkin
No.
beers where every sip is good where you get a good. It goes away, but you know it's a pumpkin beer.
that's nice, man. And it's kind of not typical of Muckraker beer. It's a little
No.
different.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like it a lot, man.
Yes. I was a
Nice color too.
I'm not a big pumpkin ale guy.
No.
This I like.
Yes, that's it's good because it doesn't kill you with pumpkin.
I might walk over there later and grab one
Yeah.
at the bar.
Sure.
I have that option.
Yeah, you have that. Yeah. No, I mean it's you and you can bring Rogers.
Are they
I
open
can bring
on Saturday?
Rogers in.
They're open on Saturdays.
Yeah, he's open.
And it's Sundays to Friday night, Saturday, and Sunday.
Unless he's closed for the private club thing, but
Yeah.
usually
Yeah.
he's open. He's open tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
got bottles. He's got drafts.
Yeah, Chuck doesn't have to go far.
No.
Which is
No.
like
So we usually do our round table of booze thing now, but Fitz isn't here, so
No.
yeah.
I think he's maybe on his way. I don't know. We'll wait for Fitz. We'll go into that.
Yeah.
Want to include him because he's always drinking,
Yeah.
literally.
However cheap and on sale it is, Fitz is always drinking.
But well, I'll bring up one thing for the round table booze. We got because I'm going to go into Brew Day next. We were offered a 5-gallon bourbon barrel from our friends at Milk Street Distillery.
Yes.
Such great guys. Great people.
And the bourbon won't be out from those guys for another another 2 years.
Right.
So this barrel we got already had bourbon in it
Yep.
for approximately that long.
And I went and picked up the barrel,
Yes.
and we said, "What the hell are we going to brew?"
Yeah.
And I was really pleased with that dark, strong Belgian that we did.
Yeah.
And I said, let's do another one of those, and let's age it in that barrel.
Yes.
So today today's Brew Day.
Yeah, it's Brew Day. For Splat Grow and Inebriation, it's Brew Day.
We're cooking the Belgian,
Yes.
and we're bringing it to a boil now. The mash is done, and we've drained all the wort, and we are bringing that wort up to a boil, and then we're going to add our hops and our additives.
Yeah.
And
we're using our new equipment.
we're using our new
Yeah,
equipment.
our new kegel and our new fermenter.
That's right.
So we're using a lot of new stuff today.
Yeah.
So
Should be good, man.
yeah.
Looking forward to it.
Yep.
Nice aged.
That reminds me,
Belgian ale.
I got to get the yeast out of the bathroom under the sink.
Oh yeah. How's the yeast doing?
Well, it was doing fine, but I had it on the counter and it was gathering the little tiny flies.
Oh yeah, we don't want that.
No, so I put it under the sink in the bathroom.
Okay. Yeah, we'll need that later.
Okay.
But as I alluded to earlier, and Fitz is going to have some comments on this too, but it's October.
Yes.
It's very close to Halloween.
Very.
Yeah.
Week, few days,
Few days.
Yep.
and we are not only big fans of beer, but we're big fans of horror
Yes.
in all of its forms.
Yeah.
So I thought we'd, kind of go around and talk about favorite horror characters, favorite horror movies, favorite, horror writers or whatever the hell
Okay.
you want to discuss. So who wants to start?
I'll go.
All right.
To me, the greatest horror movie of all time is the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
He took mine, but I fully agree with him. Because I could sit there and watch it over and over again.
I watched that every Halloween, I think, since I've been, 12.
Yeah. Same here.
Love Leatherface.
Oh, yeah.
My favorite character is the Jersey guy Jason, personally, as a horror character.
Yes.
And favorite writer, George Romero, Wes Craven.
Yeah.
I would say it's a toss-up between those guys because, if it wasn't for Romero, you wouldn't have crap like The Walking Dead or anything else.
No, I mean, he totally changed the whole zombie
Yeah.
thing, man.
Yeah, Night of the Living Dead, once that came out,
Yeah.
that opened up a whole new genre of all kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
And for a movie that's not really, watchable horror, it's like the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. There's not really any blood and guts.
Right.
It's all like imagery.
Yeah.
And to me, those are the movies that are more horror than,
It's kind of like
seeing things get torn apart and,
It's kind of like Carpenter's original Halloween, man.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's undeniably
yes.
the first slasher movie.
Yeah.
Yet when you think of slasher movies, you think of blood and gore.
Yeah.
There's not a drop of blood in Halloween.
No, there's not. Nope. Other than you see on the knife.
Right.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah. But there's no,
No.
you're not seeing the knife go into the
Nope.
it's
Yeah.
but
It wasn't until Halloween 2 where you actually seen him cut
Right.
the lady's throat.
Yep.
Yeah.
Everything
happened after the fact.
And that's because I think in between Halloween and Halloween 2, Friday the 13th came along.
Yeah.
And they were like, all right, we can do this now.
Yeah.
But also, I love all forms of horror.
Yeah.
From, monster movies to slasher flicks to zombie films
Yeah.
to like
I love monster movies. Yeah.
Yeah,
You know,
like
all that stuff. I love the nuclear horror movies of the 50s.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
them and with the giant ants and the spiders and
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
tarantulas
yeah.
and
Yeah.
and crap like Food of the Gods in the 70s. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I dig all of that shit.
I
man.
grew up on all that
Yeah.
stuff, man. Like
Yeah.
that was my escape as a kid. Was
Yeah.
like, monster flicks and horror movies.
Yeah.
But when it comes to like my favorites, I would say my favorite character is probably Michael Myers.
Okay.
Yeah.
And there's a couple different versions of Michael Myers, right?
Yes, there is. Yeah.
Because, and I won't even say Michael Myers. Like so if you read the script that you can find, right? Like, so Michael Myers was a little boy,
Yes.
but after that, he was always referred to as the Shape, and they got rid of that in the movie. They kept calling him Michael and everything,
Yeah.
but. Michael Myers, in the original idea that Carpenter had, Michael Myers was gone.
Yeah.
Now it's just the Shape, which is, the shape of evil.
This entity.
It's just
Yeah.
the shape of evil.
Yeah.
And there is no more Michael Myers,
No.
right? And then when you go...
I think Loomis, doesn't Loomis say that?
yeah, pretty much. Yeah, he kind of,
Yeah.
it's just evil.
Yeah.
And then... and a lot of people get irritated with, like, the Rob Zombie remakes. I thought they were cool, too.
Sure.
But in the Rob Zombie remakes, it's Michael Myers.
Yeah.
The whole time. Now this is not the Shape anymore.
No.
Now this is Michael.
No, this is the little kid growing up.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like, he had some good takes on it. Like,
Yeah.
he shows up and he's got a beard and everything.
Yeah.
Well, when the hell would this guy shave?
Yeah.
Then why?
Yeah.
All he does is kill. What
Yeah.
is he going to wake up and groom himself?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. It didn't look like to me he was very grooming in prison.
And he took the
in an insane asylum.
and he took the whole thing where he got a car because he was like, no, nobody's teaching this guy how to drive.
Yeah,
you know, that's dumb.
Yeah.
But again, it's two different characters. It
Yeah.
really is. The Rob Zombie version is Michael Myers, the sociopath serial killer. John Carpenter is pure evil.
Yeah.
Michael Myers.
Yes.
And I'm also like, second favorite to me is going to be always Jason,
Yeah.
and
Of course.
Jason Voorhees is, unstoppable.
Yeah.
And I love that concept with the like slasher flicks,
Sure.
where like, basically what these guys are just confronting you with is this unstoppable force that no matter what you do, no matter how smart you are,
It's gonna
no
get
matter
you.
how tough
Yeah.
you
No
are,
matter how
Yeah.
fast you run.
no matter how fast you run,
Yeah.
you can't conquer this force that's
Yeah.
just pure fucking evil.
Yeah.
And I love it, man.
I camped there, man.
Oh yeah, my wife camped there too.
Yeah, I was a kid, man.
Yeah.
Fucking-
Well, last time I was there, it wasn't open. It had been closed for a couple of years.
Yeah.
Now it's open. It's a full-blown camp again. But the last time I was there, we went there, and there was like, there was a group of other people there. They were hanging out, and we just all partied. We walked around. This happened here.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, it was like 7th grade.
Yeah.
They took us out there. It was like a trip. It was
Yeah.
like overnight, and we did an overnight thing. It was fucking cool.
Yeah. No, I love the slasher flicks just because, like, basically, if you cut them down, it's like there's a lot to say in some of these flicks, right? Like
Yeah.
everybody was like, "Oh, these are just dumb movies. Some guy
No.
running around killing
No.
people." But
There is a moral to the story.
pay attention to the movies. Like most of these people that like are in these slasher flicks, right? These are the fucking people that you just love to hate.
Yes.
the people that get killed, right? These are the fucking the fucking date rapists
Yeah.
and the fucking
Yeah.
like the fucking sorority girls,
yeah,
the fucking
the jocks, the richies. Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
then you got the underdog. He's
And
the
then-
one
yeah, right.
He's the one
Yeah.
who overcomes.
Yeah.
right.
Jason.
But it's like, you know,
Like
yeah, right. Like the Tommy character.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
But you know, these are like in all the slasher flicks kind of have that, right?
Yeah.
There's always some kind of fucking commentary to go along with these
Yeah.
movies.
Yeah.
But
A social thing. Yeah.
But you got to pay attention to
Yeah.
fucking grasp on it,
Yep.
you know? But like, and even like, you know, I'm a big fan of like the zombie flicks.
Yeah.
Like, and starting with Night of the Living Dead. Mm-hmm. Right? Because that movie was really trying to make a fucking statement, right? About society and
Yeah.
fucking, and if you look at like the whole zombie genre, like that's really all it's ever really doing is like fucking, you know, kind of pointing out fucking, you
Yeah.
know, the downfall
of society.
of humanity.
Yeah.
Right? And I fucking love that shit.
yeah.
I love it. And but then I love all the other shit too. Werewolf movies and
Yeah.
What's your favorite werewolf movie?
I love like classic horror.
yeah, the old
You know,
monster flicks.
the,
Yeah.
the Vincent Price movies, like
Yeah.
the Thursday night, I was watching the horror of Dracula.
Nice.
I was watching that, you know, with the old Peter Cushing,
Yeah.
you know, Von Helsing and stuff. I was watching all of those movies, you know, and I also dig the writing. Like I dig Poe's writing on
Yeah.
horror, you know, things like that, you know, and. I don't know, kind of being because I'm a Jersey guy. I love trauma films, man.
Of course, man.
Toxic Avenger,
Yeah.
shit, Chud,
Yeah.
man. I dig trauma films.
Of course, man.
You know,
Yeah,
you know,
fucking
so-
Class of Nukem High.
Yeah,
like
Class
all
of
that
Nukem
stuff.
High,
is
yeah,
killer.
you know.
Yeah.
so you know, I dig a lot of that shit, man. I got a story about Friday the 13th. We had a buddy of ours move from our neighborhood. He moved up to Blairstown. And he lived in this apartment above, like, the old store. As soon as you get into Blairstown, you come over the bridge. There's a big red building. He lived upstairs. He had this big, like, it was like a big screened-in porch thing. And where she bends down at the gas pump to pet the dog was right outside his windows. So they watched that whole scene be filmed.
Nice.
So, you know, we went up to his house, like, I don't know, a year or so later, and we're like, we want to see all the places. So he walked us around town and shit, showed us everything. You know, we went up to Novi Bosco, and we're like, anything else? He's like, you ever been to Princess Doe's grave? And we're like, no. Now, Princess Doe was like this famous murder that happened in Jersey. They found her in a cemetery, thrown over the side of the bank. And nobody's ever been charged with a murder. They don't really know how she was killed. It's, you know, they say blunt force trauma, they say strangulation, but whoever it was, this girl was killed, and the trail went dead right there.
All right.
So I guess the town or the township, whatever, you know, gave her a proper burial in the cemetery, and they gave her a little headstone, and they gave her this name, Princess Doe. So we went there, and we hung out. We were like, cool. We took pictures with her headstone. We got stoned.
Nice.
And then we split. So that was like a little side thing. And that cemetery is in the original Friday the 13th. You see the gate to that cemetery.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Yeah, and she's like, if you went through that gate, she'd be off to the left-hand side along the edge of the woods before it goes down into the ravine.
Nice.
She's got a little headstone there.
So, sequels, franchise movies,
Okay.
right? So, for me, the two major, you know, at least the early major hitters were Halloween and Friday the 13th.
Yeah.
Right? So, I think, my opinion is, and they were both huge franchise films that
Yes.
went on to make tons of sequels
Yeah.
and Halloween 1 and 2.
And all of them have some pretty big stars of nowadays.
Oh yeah,
in
absolutely.
them. You know?
But to me, Halloween 1 and 2 were superior to Friday the 13th 1 and 2.
yeah.
But after that, the Friday the 13th franchise took off, and
Yeah.
most of those movies are way better than anything that came out
Yeah.
from the Halloween franchise.
Yeah.
Even though Michael Myers still, as a character, Jason's right up there,
Yeah.
but Michael Myers is still my favorite.
Yeah.
But favorite sequels, I'm going to go with Friday the 13th Part 3, which is really
The
where...
Dream Warriors.
No, you're thinking Nightmare on Elm Street. That's
Oh,
Dream
okay.
Warriors.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Friday the 13th Part 3 was the 3D flick they came out with.
Okay, yeah.
That's really where Jason came into his own, right? Because Friday the 13th, the original movie, is cool, but Jason's not a character, right? His mom's doing all the
his
killing.
mom is the murderer, yeah.
And then Part 2 comes out, and it's Jason,
Yeah.
right? And it's cool, but he's still wearing the burlap sack and everything.
Yeah, he lives in the cabin.
Right.
Yeah.
Now Part 3 comes out, and it's this supernatural dude. Hockey mask comes into play.
Yeah.
And that's where this character really comes into light.
Yes.
Right. With Halloween, it's always been the same dude. Right.
Yeah.
It's always been Michael Myers.
Well,
right.
not really 3. 3 was about that the mask making company.
No, that's Halloween 3. Yeah, that doesn't count.
Yeah, why do I keep getting all this shit
You
mixed
keep
up?
fucking up the
I
movies.
should stop getting stoned in the morning, man. I told
Yeah.
you this before.
That'll be like stopping to breathe.
Yes.
But yeah, now Halloween 3 we just don't talk about.
No.
There's people out there that go on the internet and talk about how much they like it, and I'm just like, fuck you.
The only thing about that movie, the only thing everybody likes is the song.
That movie
Is a little
sucked.
jingle.
Look,
That's it.
Carpenter's original idea. Carpenter's original idea was that the Halloween movies were all going to be about something different.
Yeah.
Halloween 1 and 2 are kind of cool because Halloween 2 picks up basically the same night as Halloween.
Yeah.
It's not like
Yes.
years have passed or anything. No, it's the same night. It's now she's in the hospital and he's he's coming to get her there.
Yeah.
Right? Halloween 2 at the end, Michael Myers could have been dead.
Yeah.
But then they show the scene where he's gone. Loomis shoots him, falls off the balcony. They look down, he's not there.
Yeah.
But Carpenter's idea was like, no, now we move on to a different story. And then he comes out with Halloween 3, which was just complete bullshit. Mm-hmm. Garbage movie. Sure, there's some cool, I guess, political and social commentary in there, whatever. The movie sucked.
Yes.
It's not worth fucking watching.
Yeah.
Fuck that movie. It's garbage. Then they come back with all the rest of the Halloween movies, and they, for what they were cool, but they couldn't compete with what they were doing with Jason, with Friday the 13th. Then years later, you come back with Freddy Krueger, right? Nightmare on Elm Street kind of changed the fucking game. The gore was there, and not only was he a slasher, but you had this whole fucking weird nightmare thing where now you're scared to go to sleep.
He'll fucking kill you in your
Right.
fucking
Exactly.
sleep, right?
Shit that happens to you in your sleep is real.
Yeah.
Right? It's
he cuts you in your sleep. You wake up, you got a cut on your fucking arm.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's what fucked everybody up. They're like, I'm not fucking going to sleep now.
Yeah.
Yeah. But oh man, it's a lot of slasher talk, man. But those are I love slasher flicks, man.
Yeah,
My favorite writer is probably Clive Barker.
Yeah, Clive Barker's good.
I was
Yeah.
just gonna say,
Hellraiser,
I love his
sure.
Hellraiser.
Yeah, Hellbound
Yeah.
Heart, that whole fucking, and then his short stories are fucking. If you the Books of Blood series, I think there's 4 volumes, fucking insane.
Yeah.
Just reading this guy, and you can smell the shit that he's describing.
Right.
Yeah.
Right, it's brutal.
He's really
Yeah.
vivid with his he's brutal.
Yeah,
I love Clive Barker.
yeah.
But
Brutal shit.
Yeah, I got freaked out when I was a kid with Poltergeist, man. The first one.
Right.
The first one. That fucking shaving, fucking ripping his fucking skin
Oh,
off.
that first Poltergeist movie, the original, that fucking was.
Dude, I was just like, what the fuck am I watching? But I kept watching the fucking thing, and I'm like, whoa, God.
Yeah.
And the old fucking man always creeped me the fuck out.
Yeah.
And you used to have people that would walk around your town,
That
just
looked
saying-
like that.
Yeah. It was just like it
Yeah.
was like they
Yeah.
took that from like everyday town shit.
Yeah.
To really fucking.
Yeah,
fuck
that and the original Shining
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
is
Yeah.
like, I mean, that's just insanity.
You know, Stephen King hates that movie.
He does, yes.
They did. Now they have Doctor Sleep coming out.
Yeah, Doctor Sleep's coming out. We'll
Well,
see.
Stephen King remade The Shining.
Yeah.
Oh, for TV.
Yeah, and it was like what? It was like that 4-part miniseries or something.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
because it was like 6 hours long. It's like, yeah, well, okay.
But
you
he
know.
hated Stanley Kubrick's
Yeah,
Shining.
yeah.
And I don't know, man. I mean, I didn't write The
Shining's
Shining,
fucking
so
great.
I don't know. But I mean, how could you hate that fucking movie?
And that movie was fucking near perfect.
Yeah.
As far as a horror movie goes, that movie was
Yeah.
near fucking perfect.
Let's talk about Stephen King movies, man, because there's been a lot of them, and a lot of them
Yeah.
have sucked.
Yeah.
And you know, there was a time where you're like, fuck, Stephen King movies are garbage. But if you really think back now, there's a lot of good Stephen King
There is.
adaptations.
Yeah.
Man.
Fucking Pet Cemetery. was
Pet
fucking
Cemetery,
great, man.
fucking Cujo.
Cujo, yes.
Yeah. Cujo always.
I can't even watch Cujo.
Coming from a guy that was when he was like 8 years old, got fucking attacked by a fucking shepherd, and just ripped me
Yeah.
off my fucking bike, tore my fucking arm wide open. To watch something like that and go, fucking dog, man, I hope
Yeah.
you fucking kill it.
I can't
And
even.
never say it
I
about
can't
an
even
animal.
watch Cujo anymore because I love dogs so much.
I know,
that
me
it just,
too. I don't watch it.
Fucks me up. But like, Carrie.
Carrie's,
You
yeah.
can't fucking.
Yeah. Yeah, that's,
Yeah.
I love that movie, man.
Yeah.
You know, a movie, like it's like a cult type thing, but like Christine.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
but Christine's
But,
cool
yeah,
too.
The
Christine's
music
good.
in it was cool.
Yeah.
The whole thing is like, it just was like, fuck, a car, fucking possessed fucking car.
Yeah.
Who would have fucking thought
Yeah.
of that, man?
Yeah.
Fucking running people down and
Well,
shit.
actually, before Stephen King wrote that, we'll give props.
Yeah.
There was a movie called The Car.
The car.
Yeah,
yes,
absolutely.
There was a movie, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep, they
and
compare
that
the two.
was quite a few years before.
Yeah, they
Many
kinda
years
compare the
before.
two. Yeah,
Yeah.
many years. I mean, yeah, they were both freaking movies too.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
But yeah, Stephen King's shit is.
Yeah,
and then
I
some
was
of his
like,
shit
I
is
was
just
like,
You
you
know
know,
what pisses me off about?
I was
love.
like, I kind of even like some of the weird ones, like Thinner.
yeah,
Sure.
And the one where they're in the airport,
the Langoliers.
the Langoliers.
Langoliers
yeah,
is a cool.
Fucking freaky because
Yeah.
when you
Yeah.
think about it, they what did they do? Slip through a dimension or something?
Yeah,
Another
something
Yeah,
like that.
but
Yeah,
a lot
no-
of
no one
those
fucking
are cool
exists.
because they're based on like short stories, and
Yeah.
they turn them into movies.
Yeah.
But, yeah, man, there's there's a lot of good Stephen King adaptations
And now,
out there.
now it's kind of turned into a franchise.
Yeah, except I don't think it'll keep going because it too got terrible reviews,
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
But the first one, I haven't seen it yet.
The very
The
first-
remake?
the first it was really good.
Tim
man.
Curry.
Yeah, well, I
Curry
even
is
like
fucking awesome.
one of the best adaptations was the mini series they did for The Stand.
Okay.
Yeah,
That was killer,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah,
that
it was.
that
Yes.
drew you in, and you were like, you
Yeah.
know, yeah,
Yes.
it's
was
good.
it a 4-parter? It was a 4-part miniseries.
I think it was longer than that.
It was
yeah.
longer, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely into that, and
Yeah, he has some off the wall shit that makes you
Yeah.
freaks you the fuck
and,
out.
and a lot of I mean, they don't do a lot of adaptations of Clive Barker stories.
No, they don't.
But I mean, Hellraiser was killer.
Yeah.
Man,
You know,
I loved Hellraiser.
that whole series was killer.
Yeah.
Hey, you were talking about it.
but-
It's gore, with Hellraiser.
Yeah, it's gore, but it's
not-
also
not
very
not
like
extensively gore. but
it's
not-
also like his books are gore.
Yeah.
But at the same time they're deep and intense. Like
Yeah.
the characters themselves are intense.
Yeah.
And then there's like Nightbreed, which was based on his book Cabal, which the movie sucked. Book was killer. That happens a lot. But
Yeah.
let's go check our wart, man.
Okay.
I don't know what's going on with our equipment.
Oh, keep fading out.
Da, 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 da.
I don't know. I can hear myself. I can hear Chuck.
Yeah, but it's going like in and out with this weird crackling noise. Blah 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 blah. So, yeah, I don't know. What all right, technical difficulties.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is what it is.
The beer's going.
Yes.
Another 10 minutes or so, we'll start chilling it.
Yeah.
And then
need a
man,
fucking
I still gotta get home and make dinner before 5.
I'm ordering pizza.
I never timed this stuff correctly.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was our first venture into talking about horror.
Yeah.
Potts, you gonna drink some of that?
Yeah, I'm gonna have some of that. I'm gonna pour it in the glass.
Oh, I thought you were gonna talk too.
Oh, sorry.
Well, I thought you saw me reading this stuff.
Yeah, I don't know. He just walked away.
You
You know, I mean, as far as horror, you know, I dig shit. Like, if anybody hasn't seen, like, the original Hills Have Eyes,
Oh, that's good.
that, you know, The Town That Dreaded Sundown, you know, movies like that. I mean, even the remake of The Hills Have Eyes
I love,
is just, like, insane.
dude. I love
know.
like inbred
Yeah.
nuclear Holocaust families.
Yes,
Like
exactly.
even like the Wrong Turn franchise, I thought was killer,
the Wrong
man.
Turn movies were good, man. Yeah.
Yeah, any of that like inbred hillbilly stuff. Like
Yeah.
you're never gonna top Texas Chainsaw.
No.
But yeah, I love all that stuff.
Yeah.
Man.
Amityville Horror is another good
Oh,
one.
yeah, great
the,
flick, man.
the original. The other
Yeah,
ones are
yeah.
stupid.
Yeah.
But the original, man, that was a scary ass movie when that came
Yeah.
out in like 1970.
Oh yeah, yeah. Yeah.
You
I
know.
mean, The Exorcist freaked me the fuck out.
Oh, The Exorcist is like,
See, I like The Exorcist, but it doesn't freak me out as much as any of my friends who grew up like religious or anything.
No.
Like
Yeah.
it like
no.
you know, it's cool, but it, like
Yeah, I mean, I liked it for the horror, but
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
you know, to me, the whole premise of it being a horror movie, yeah, I don't know, it's more
Yeah.
religious to me.
right, yeah.
It's good, though.
and
The
I
first
dig
one.
I dig like a lot of the like even like Stigmata and stuff.
Yeah. The
a lot
Omens.
of Omens
Yeah.
are cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
The Children of the Corn.
Children of the Corn, yeah.
Children of the Corn was freaky, man.
Yeah, I know.
That
Yeah.
was like a real freaky movie.
I watched a new one last night that was done by Stephen King and Joe Hill, and Joe Hill is Stephen King's son.
yeah.
He's remember that Nosferatu flick that bummed you out because it was all Christmas stuff.
Yeah.
That's Joe Hill wrote that whole show,
Yeah.
and that's Stephen King's kid. And they did another one. I think it's called In the Tall Grass, and it's on Netflix, and it's pretty cool, man. I can't really go into it. Check it
Yeah.
out on Netflix,
Yeah.
but it's cool. It's cool.
Okay.
All kinds of weird like timeline stuff. It's cool.
Okay.
Stephen King has a new one coming to HBO, too.
Yeah.
It's called The Outsider with Jason Bateman.
No, stop moving because every time you
Sorry.
move,
Sorry.
we
It's called
go.
The Outsider with Jason Bateman.
Nice.
Yeah, I tried to find. I wanted to make sure that was the name, but it premieres January 12th.
It's not The Outsiders, is it?
No,
with
it's called The
Pony,
Outsider.
with Pony Boy and Soda Pop.
That's another great movie too.
I love that movie.
Yeah.
You know. Now, you know, I'm very close with somebody who actually lives in Tulsa,
Right.
and she thinks the movie's the stupidest fucking movie ever made.
Yeah. Wow.
But then again, she's originally a Jersey girl, so
yeah.
you know she probably liked it while she lived here. And then
I
when
like
she,
the book,
Then once
too,
she went
man.
out to Tulsa to live, she was like, "This place is fucking stupid." So was
Essie-
the movie.
S.E. Hinton was 16 when she wrote that book,
Yeah.
and then Coppola made the movie,
Yeah.
and it and she wrote that book for a school project,
Yeah.
and she got like a D on it.
Yeah.
And who's laughing now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes your teachers are wrong, kids.
I mean, that's like a whole franchise.
Potts moved again.
That's like a whole franchise going on out there now. They got like a big tourist thing. They take
Oh, yeah, yeah,
They
you-
take you around, and it has something to do with who.
You can go to the Curtis house and
Yeah. It's. Why do I keep thinking Everlast? It's something that has to do with like House of Pain. One of the guys in the band is a huge fan of that movie, and he kind of like got the whole ball rolling on this whole thing out there,
nice.
and it has something to do with that,
Yeah. That's
So-
I loved that movie when
Yeah.
I was a kid, man.
Yeah.
Still, I loved the book, loved
Yeah.
the movie, but
I have pictures on my phone, me standing in front of the house.
yeah, I've seen them.
Yeah.
Yes, I've seen the pictures. All right, well, how about some drunk news with Potts?
Okay.
All right, Potts, there you go.
What do we got? Drunk news. We have the title is Man Man's stomach brews its own beer, a rare condition known as auto-brewery syndrome. I don't know why I'm laughing at that. It just makes you, you have the autoimmune deficiency or whatever, and then all of a sudden it's like auto-brewery syndrome. We're all sitting there going, what the fuck?
I think Fitz has it.
Yeah, Fitz has it.
Fitz is a walk-in brewery.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Police and doctors believe a 46-year-old man who swore that he didn't have any alcohol before he was arrested on suspicion of drunken driving. His blood alcohol level was 0.2, more than twice the legal limit.
I swore that to the cops twice.
Did you tell now, Tom? Now you can tell him you have an auto brewery syndrome.
Yeah, they didn't believe that
No.
once they found the pot and everything else in the car.
But he refused the breathalyzer test, was hospitalized, later released, but the facts remain in contention. They said the researchers discovered an unusual truth: the fungi in the man's digestive system was turning carbohydrates into alcohol.
Nice.
Wow. A rarely diagnosed condition known as autobrewery syndrome. I don't know why I have to laugh at that. Autobrewery syndrome.
I don't. It sounds made up, man.
Yeah, because it's like they could have named it anything. Auto fungi
Is
syndrome.
it contagious? Because
I don't know.
I'll kiss this guy if
Yeah.
it is.
Well,
If all I got to do is eat spaghetti.
Yeah, you probably only have to get you touch his like anus or something. Then you get it.
you have to diddle his ass.
But if all I got to do is eat spaghetti for the rest of my life and get a buzz, what the hell?
Yeah. Is it worth touching his anus?
Sure.
Oh, okay.
I'm not going to touch it with my tongue or anything.
Well, you might have to. You got to get it inside you.
Oh, I don't know. I won't do that.
You get there. 2 fingers, man.
What if I just cut him and there's like an open wound or something? I don't know. I got to look into
Said
that.
that
Yeah.
people with the syndrome, fermenting fungi or bacteria in the gut produce ethanol and can cause
And
patients,
alcohol.
Yeah, could cause patients signs of drunkenness. We show that every fucking week. Signs of drunkenness.
Yeah, but
Now, where did they discover this? In like Iowa, where they're just shoveling down like handfuls of corn and wheat.
I don't know where this guy. Where was this guy from?
I don't know. I thought it was like the UK or something, but I don't remember.
Syracuse or
studies.
something.
Well, this is New York. The condition made news in 2014 when the driver of the truck that spilled 11,000 salmon to the highway claimed to have auto-brewery syndrome. Salmon everywhere, folks. Just fucking salmon laying out all over the fucking highway. The next year, a New York woman was charged driving under the influence, and she registered a blood alcohol level that was more than 4 times the legal limit. The judge dismissed the charges after being shown evidence that she had an auto-brewery syndrome.
Auto. I want an
Son of a
auto
bitch.
brewery
Yeah,
syndrome.
that'd be nice. Save us a lot of time.
Yeah, they did a study at Richmond University somebody whose identity was not released. He started taking antibiotics in 2011 for a thumb injury. Then that's when the weird symptoms started. Depression, memory problems, aggressive behavior. All three.
He was
in the
drunk
spectrum-
all the time.
Yeah, he's drunk all the time. All three. It's all three. It's like the Incredible Hulk level, Like he's like he
Gets up in the morning, has a sandwich. The next thing you know, he's wasted.
Yeah.
They should call it drunken pissed off syndrome.
Yeah, drunken pissed off syndrome. Uncommon for him. That's what it was. Everybody thought he was a liar. He was a closet drinker. Man, these fucking people making shit up on this guy. This fucking poor guy.
Yeah.
Said Fahad Malik, the lead researcher on the study. Ohio. There you go. A doctor in
okay.
Ohio. That diagnosed the guy has to be in Ohio. After the arrest on drunk driving charge.
There's a lot of heroin in Ohio.
Yeah, the man's aunt remembered hearing about a similar situation addressed by a doctor in Ohio. So there was one in Ohio. She brought her nephew bought her nephew a tool to test his blood alcohol levels and persuade him to get treatment. The doctors gave the man a carbohydrate-heavy meal and watched his blood alcohol levels shoot up to a 0.57.
Damn.
0.57.
Damn.
Jesus, lucky he was in the hospital at the time.
Jesus.
That'll kill you.
Jesus Christ, a 0.57.
That'll kill you.
Wow. he started having flare-ups again, so he's fucking breaking shit in the office.
Oh, yeah.
Throwing shit. Fuck you!
Yeah. He's fucking hammered.
Fuck you and your lasagna, you asshole.
When his intoxication at one point caused him to fall and suffer a brain bleed. Oof. The doctors again refused to believe that he hadn't been drinking. The man contacted authorities and they prescribed. This is what they did. They prescribed him an antifungal drug that got rid of the symptoms until he relapsed from eating pizza and drinking soda. He's like a fucking Ninja Turtle.
Man.
Oh, I can't have pasta, then we just eat this fucking pizza.
Doctors eventually found a combination of treatments that, combined with regular checks with his blood alcohol levels, enables the man to stick to a normal diet without exhibiting symptoms. They say people with autobrewery syndrome may smell like alcohol or feel too tired to work or spend time with the family. Well, go ahead. That's all three. That's all three for me.
That's like, I mean, that's every alky.
Some patients
Smells like booze, doesn't want to hang out with the family.
Look at this. Some patients are unemployed.
Really? Because they're drunk all the time.
Yeah, because they're drunk. Well, and some others skip meals. Yeah, an alcoholic.
Sure.
To be sober for long periods of times, but
Do they go out and buy loaves of bread even though they already have loaves of bread at home? They're just afraid that they might run out.
Yeah.
no, I don't know.
Because that, you know,
Columbus, Ohio, it is.
you know how it, not any of us, of course, but you know how you have beer at home, but you go, it's Friday, I better stop because I may run out.
Yeah, I better grab some more. Yeah.
This is really interesting. Nick Hess, of 39, of Columbus, Ohio. His auto brewery, I laugh every time. Auto brewery syndrome makes him oscillate each day between intoxication and a hangover. Oh, shit. That's what his days consist of. He said he had to drop out of college because of the symptoms, because of his symptoms and appealing a DUI conviction.
Wow.
He's suffering from vomiting, headaches, and other symptoms every day.
So what
Drink a
happens?
beer, you'll be fine.
So what happens if you're drinking beer and eating pizza?
I don't
You're
know.
dead.
Do you like overdose or
Yeah,
something?
instead of having a 0.57, you're getting to like the
Oh,
triple
you're having
digits.
like 1 point.
'Cause how can you-
9.8.
How can you even eat pizza without beer?
It's
I don't know.
True, man. He was drinking soda.
Yeah.
Wow.
Man, I don't know. Wow.
All right, well,
I mean, that's pretty much sums it up.
There's
you
your
know what-
drunk.
you know what-
There's
you
your
know
drunk news. Eat pasta.
You know what the
Yeah.
really interesting fact? from
find
this
out
whole
if you
article?
have
Yeah.
the guy-
auto brewery syndrome.
the one doctor, Cordell, or whoever, the lady, she runs a support group for about 200 people with auto brewery syndrome.
Holy
Right?
shit.
Said roughly 500 people from around the world have contacted her about this condition.
Wow.
That's more than I thought there would be.
Yeah, I didn't think there'd
Maybe
be
I
any.
have it.
Or you feel like you're drunk every day?
I'm thinking
If you're not drinking.
maybe I drink so much because I feel like I need to keep a level of normal.
Yeah.
So maybe that normal is from eating all the pasta I eat.
Do you eat a lot of
Maybe.
pasta?
Sure.
You carb up?
I live in Jersey.
Yeah, it's true.
I eat a lot of bread. I eat a lot of pasta.
Yeah. I don't know.
So-
Maybe.
I don't know.
I
But,
I love their little explanation. It causes him to have a brain fog
Yeah.
and delirium and delirium.
Well, speaking of brain fog, I think it's time to wrap up the show
I think
and
so,
finish
too.
up our beer.
Yeah, we got some brewing stuff to do and get that done.
You've been listening to Inebrination
Yes.
on the Crow's Nest Podcast Network.
Yes.
Fitz never showed up.
Fitz
That's
never
all right.
showed up. Screw him.
He's doing right by his kids, the
Yeah.
football team,
Yeah.
Yeah,
and
he's got
he's
his
their
kids out
strength
there.
and conditioning coach, and he finally decided to go watch them play.
Strength
Season's almost
strength
over.
and conditioning coach. Don't look at. Don't do what I say. Just
Yeah.
do what I do.
Yeah.
That's what I do.
So we're wrapping up our beers here, and we'll see you guys next time.
Yeah. Next time.
All
Later.
right.